So I was born in Washington State. It's a tiny town, Sumner, just south of Seattle, population 5,000, so it's itty bitty. And my parents are both recovering drug addicts and alcoholics, and we started going to church when I was probably like 5 years old, and my parents figured they should probably test out the religion thing on our behalf. So I started going, but I knew of God. I never really knew him, wasn't interested in a relationship with him. Didn't even know that was a thing, like to actually talk to God or have a relationship with him. We just went to church and always fought in the car on the way home. That was pretty much it. I actually grew up a really chubby kid, not an athlete at all. But my freshman year of high school, I think I was about to be 14, my mom started going to a CrossFit gym. Her boss owned the gym, like the warehouse that it started out of, and she dragged me with her one day. The first day I ever went to CrossFit, I fell in love. I absolutely loved what it was. I had so much fun, couldn't stop talking about it, and I never stopped going. I think I was 20 years old, it was my junior year of college, and I was in the gym. I worked in a CrossFit gym, and I just remember thinking about Jesus, and the moment I thought about him, it was like he was there in the room with me for the first time, and the whole room just lit up, fully aglow. Everything stopped. I stopped dead in my tracks and just wept, cried, and laughed, and the crazy kind of laughing and crying that you hope no one sees you do. But I met God for the first time. I met Jesus for the first time in the gym. And he met me in a really big way. It's really interesting how it all ties together, how God used my past in order to create where I'm headed right now. And only seeing it in hindsight, it's pretty cool. But because I was a professional athlete, I was sponsored by some people, Progenics, which is a supplement company, and they are one of the key relationships that Aaron Hoff has, who owns CrossFit Poipu, for the ultimate Hawaiian trail run. And so last year, September of 2015, I came out as a sponsored athlete to participate in the ultimate Hawaiian trail run. And I got here and I was like, I've done a lot of things with CrossFit, and this was the coolest thing I'd ever had the opportunity to do. I fell in love with the people, and I fell in love with the kids, and I fell in love with this church and what it was providing for the community. It was just like tugged on my heartstrings. I traveled for work at that time. I would get on an airplane every weekend, and like 2 months later I was in Nebraska. I'd missed my flight that day. It was midnight and it was snowing and I was miserable, and I was like, I'm going back to Hawaii. So I booked a ticket right then, and I woke up in the morning the next day and I called Aaron Hoff and I said, I'm gonna come visit again, because he had opened his doors to me anytime I wanted to come hang out with the kids. So I let him know I was coming, and it was right about Thanksgiving time, and I came to visit for a whole week, and I was actually sitting in church on Sunday, and I just heard this whisper in like the back of my head where it's God, or I don't know, I was just thinking, I was like, maybe I could move here. And I was like, nah, that's silly. There's no way I could ever move here. That's dumb. I love Seattle. I want to go back. And then 2 days later, I went to get on an airplane, and the moment I crossed airport security, I just broke down, started crying. It's like, I don't want to go home. I don't want to leave. And then clear as day, God, over all that mess in my heart, was like, you need to move here. I was like, just so taken aback, but also thrilled, because it was the moment where I heard God's voice and I knew fully and completely that it was him and I was gonna do it. Now I get to be a part of this community and teach fitness, but as an excuse to create relationships with kids, and as an excuse to, speak some truth into their life, with the hope that when the curveballs come at them, like the ones I experienced, and the reckless decisions start to happen, like the ones I made, that they know that we are here to support them and we love them. We've walked through it, and that there's another way that's way better. And so it's just been a really incredible experience over the last, since I moved here, just being able to teach these kids and love on them and fortify them with the truth of the Lord. And it's just a really cool opportunity to let God be in control of what's happening with the program, that he is leading us, and that he is bringing all the kids that need to be there right there. And to just let it all go and let him do his best work.